What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome on back to Lair the Shadow Broker to make our way over this hellhole of a ship. Things are definitely dicey and spicy up here. I'm gonna be very, very cautious. Like, I didn't get a chance to mention at the end of last episode because I was wrapping up, but imagine jumping off a shuttle onto this, like if the wind took you.
They must think we're debris from the storm.
You'd fly right off the back end of that. Like, I would have wanted to land here. Like, way, way further up the ship. I guess we have grav boots, which kind of nullifies that a little, but still. Jumping out of a shuttle onto a moving ship that's going like hundreds and hundreds of miles an hour, if not further. Like, you gotta imagine the speed this thing is traveling. No thank you. Like paratroopers to an extreme degree.
Careful. Those capacitors discharge built-up lightning.
Thanks for the tip.
You don't say.
Shepard, try firing at the capacitors.
Oh, it definitely works.
Impressive!
I would agree. Useful little tip there for later. Although, do be cautious, because the enemies can do it to you too. They'll totally hit you with that. I love how you can see that they were experimenting with this, even towards the end of Mass Effect's life cycle when they made this DLC, or Mass Effect 2's life cycle rather. They were still experimenting, like, what can we do? How can we push the boat out right? How can we be better than last time? How can we set this apart from the main game? How can we work on new mechanics? How can we do cool, new, interesting things that'll maybe help us make the third game? I love seeing stuff like this, where you can just tell the developers had a really good intention with the thing that they made. Big fun.
Watch out, flashbang!
Good. I think we're good. Couldn't see shit. Imagine maintaining this beast of a thing too. Having to take care of this. You see Miranda got chained right there. You do have to be careful. Hop around them for a second. Easy money. Yeah, maintaining this ship must be a nightmare, especially if you gotta sit out on the hull and stuff. You gotta come out of here to raise the. You gotta come out here in the storm to raise the rods and do maintenance. You could not pay me enough for that shit. Not even for $1 million a day. I already know my ass is flying off the side of the ship. Go long drop to nowhere. It's like one guardrail too. They did a really good job creating atmosphere and stuff like that with this.
Okay, looking down was clearly a mistake.
You think? The ship is huge too. Look at the. You gotta imagine a lot of this too is literally just them trying to compensate for the fact that it's in a storm too, right? Like the shock absorbers and the stabilizers.
Excuse me.
You're excused. You're gonna blow up in my face, are you? Okay. Yeah, they did a real good job. Even just like these little moving parts on the ship that create the atmosphere, the backgrounds with the storm. It's all very, very good. Especially for the time it was made too. This is not a 2025 release, right? And here we are inside.
This ship is incredible. It must have taken decades to build in secret.
I wonder what happened to the contractors.
I think we can guess.
Yeah, I'm sure they got yeeted off the top while it was in orbit.
Navigating this storm is brutal. If the ship's engines stop, even for a moment, at least the Shadow Broker would go down with us.
That's comforting.
You imagine these things are constantly moving to get rid of that electrical pressure and presence, right?
Motion dampeners. I bet you can't even hear the storm from inside the ship.
All this stuff is constantly moving to get rid of the lightning strike energy, or maybe it's like sinking it back into the ship for power. Definitely wouldn't have fuel issues if you were powering it from the storm you're riding around in. that was a nice little vacation from being outside in the hellhole, I guess. Right, there's no mechs in that little corner. Be coming up on a door at some point, or a hatch to get inside, right? And the autosave would lead me to believe that we are.
Watch the Asari.
I'm more interested in the rocket launcher guy right now.
Engaging target. Here we go.
Enemy biotics on the field. I'm on.
I think we're good. They're gonna walk across this very tentatively, though. It seems like we're chilling. For the ammo, buddy.
Attacking light mech.
Excuse me. Careful. Requesting assistance.
Thermal clips. Thank God. Yeah, we're gonna be burning a whole lot of ammo on the outside of this ship here in a second.
Watch the Asari.
Enemies in front.
Watch the Asari.
She's definitely first. So far, so clean. Try not to die on the boss fight for this episode like I did twice last time. Sometimes with certain Mass Effect encounters, my strategy is to kind of just go for it, and if I die, I die. I guess completely unrelated to Mass Effect is I have decided that we are putting the Darksiders series on the channel in preparation for Darksiders 4. So I think after I finish Mass Effect 3 and Far Cry 4, I'm going to start working on the Darksiders franchise. So if you like Darksiders, expect that to be coming up here now. Probably a couple weeks after this episode airs, I imagine. Maybe a month or so actually, based on the episode scheduling that we have. We have the whole Mass Effect 3 to get through. It takes a while to record, and then I gotta upload, and then I gotta do any edits or timestamping and stuff like that, and then I gotta wait for like the schedule to catch up too, because usually I have at least 10 episodes in reserve, so what you see me playing
Need assistance.
in the moment is rarely anywhere near what I am actually up to in the series.
Singularity deployed.
So for example, at a point of recording for this episode, I have currently recorded, I think 26 is published at the time that I'm recording this, and this is 38, so 12 ahead right now. And that's not including any Far Cry episodes 2 that I have ahead and in the bank as well. I don't just record one game at once, I usually 2 or 3 games. Right now it's 2 because I felt like I needed to focus on Mass Effect, because all the different mechanics of each game were starting to get a little confusing. But I took a backseat on the 3 games at once, but we're still doing 2.
This lightning rod is on a rail. Do you see a switch?
I see a switch. I do. Go back to my Madoc. That'd be 3, and the general rule of thumb would follow that 3 is the last one. Usually how it works. All things come in 3s.
Not even a guardrail. I bet the broker's agents love patrolling the hull.
At least the view is nice.
Yeah, but if you fell into these shock absorbers, they would turn you into Swiss cheese. A view wouldn't be nice from the bottom where your entrails are coming out as pink mist.
There! That hatch leads directly to the communication signals.
Let's get my metajoule restocked.
It's locked. Hang on, I've got a bypass shunt program that can crack it.
How long will it take?
I don't know, Shepard. I've never broken into the Shadow Broker's base before. Well, not this one anyway.
So you have broken into others.
Here we go.
Been a nuisance for him, huh?
You sure that shunt is working?
It's illegal even on Ilium. It didn't come with a warranty.
But you tested it, right?
Here come more of them.
Tell me you tested it.
No time to talk.
Proving my point about being careful with the lightning rods, huh? They're just gonna take care of themselves.
Liara,
I'm sure it won't be much longer.
remember the old days when you could just slap Omnigel on everything?
I love
Security upgrade made a lot
I
of
love the references,
Look
man.
out, more on the way.
Those were the days. Mass Effect 1. You just fail it and put the Omnigel on it. Hack it instantly. Yeah, the callback references and the self-aware sense of humor that BioWare shows in these games is fantastic.
Watch the Asari.
We're going to be abusing the lightning for as much as we can while we're here.
Rocket drones, front of the ship.
Good. Right where I need to not be. Okay, that one.
Right.
Drones are still my most hated enemy in all of Mass Effect. Every single game I hate them.
Done.
Engaging target.
Not even just this one.
I'm on the target.
Mass Effect 1, they were assholes. Just kill that for me, Miranda. I don't feel like dealing with that.
One left.
Thank you.
One left. Understood. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Their attacks are disorganized. They'd be more effective if they all attacked at once.
Please don't give the mercs ideas.
You had to say it.
Enemy biotics on the... This should slow them down. They're using combat drones.
You should just fly off the ship when she picks him up with slam, I imagine. I think the lightning rod should have taken... No, he's right there. I think the lightning rod should have killed his ass.
The next wave looks like a big one.
You just had to give him tactical advice.
But now there'll be fewer left to deal with inside.
Right side, I guess.
Sony.
Fire me with a shit.
Watch for biotics. Heavy weapons, look out.
See it. I need the lightning rod to be back up.
This should slow them down.
Easy enough.
Shield your eyes. Clear to fire.
Fall and die.
We've got enough flank, I think.
There, the hatch is open.
Thank God. Get me out of that shit show. Let's see if what Liara said about the momentum dampeners is true. Because I will gladly take less chaotic storm. So much for less men inside. The pacing of this DLC too is such a look forward into how Mass Effect 3 plays.
More of them. How many guards did the Shadow Broker have?
When you look at this and the way that this DLC is paced and the combat encounters and how it all plays out, this is very much a practice for Mass Effect 3. Drones for you today.
I'm on the target.
Hold that corner while I move up a little. He wasn't expecting me to get in the ship so quick.
Enemy bionic on the field.
Used to be. Yeah, the technology that's in this ship would probably set the galaxy forward by hundreds of years. This is like one-of-a-kind tech. He has the ability with the tech in this ship to colonize worlds that are considered uninhabitable. Although who would vote to live on this, I don't know.
Loaded the ship's layout. We're headed toward the prison block. And Feron.
Hopefully. Suppose that depends on how spiteful the Shadow Broker is, right? Beetle 3. Let's see.
Feron.
Liara?
Hold on. We're getting you out of here.
We know a little about Dro. I imagine the ability to recall would come in pretty handy during torture situations.
Feron.
Hardwired.
What the hell is the broker trying to do to you?
The equipment is sensitive to tampering. This chair plugs into the broker's info network. You have to shut off the power. Pull me out now and my brain cooks.
Do you know where we can cut the power?
It won't be easy. You'll have to go to Central Operations.
Well, I imagine that's where the broker is anyways, right? That's where we want to go. Show me the money. We came here for him anyway.
What's the point of this cage?
I don't...
It's a neural grounding rod. The medical equipment is to make sure he doesn't expire. We have to shut this place down.
So while they're torturing him, if he passes out, it shocks him back.
Where did the broker get the mercs?
Raised his own private force. They're completely
Shepard, we really don't have the time.
I think we kind of do.
What do you know about the
I
broker?
think last minute advantage is important.
To me.
I was hoping you'd know what he is.
I never got a good look, but he's big. The guards are terrified of him.
A Krogan?
I don't know, but not everyone who visits his office comes back out.
I wouldn't expect the broker to be a Krogan. That's not really in their forte. And then again, no one would ever see that coming, huh?
Good. Central Operations is down the hall. You know the Shadow Broker's waiting for you, right?
I'm counting on it.
We'll be back for you, Feron.
I'll try not to go anywhere.
I want all teams to outpost C.
Let's go meet the man.
Get an LOS. Paint the marks.
What's the assignment?
Trouble ahead.
I do it too, bitch. Well, that private army, you still don't have enough. Yeah, it's a really cool, cool conversation about to come up. It is not what you would expect. Really interesting mission mechanics too. We'll see how I hold up in this. Sometimes I get a couple cheeky deaths. You are nothing we've seen before.
Here for the drill. Reckless, even for you, Commander.
That bombing on Ilium wasn't exactly subtle.
Extreme, but necessary.
No, it wasn't. Neither was caging Feron for 2 years.
Dr. Tassoni, your interference caused all this. Feron betrayed me when he handed you Shepard's body. The drill is simply paying the price.
Someone was bound to come after you for working with the Collectors.
It was a mutually beneficial partnership. Your arrival is convenient. The Collector's offer still stands.
Mutually beneficial, what did you get in return for that?
It'll be pretty hard to run a base this size with no crew.
They're replaceable. Your arrival is barely an interruption. Enough talk. My operations are too crucial to be compromised by a traitor.
You're quite confident for someone with nowhere left to hide.
You travel with fascinating companions, Doctor. At least you brought me both Shepard and Ms. Lawson Tassoni. Their deaths will cripple Cerberus.
You're not putting a hand on anyone.
It's pointless to challenge me, Asari. I know your every secret, while you fumble in the dark.
Is that right? You're a Yogg, a pre-spaceflight species quarantined to their homeworld from massacring the Council's first contact teams. This base is older than your planet's discovery, which probably means you killed the original Shadow Broker 60 years ago, then took over. I'm guessing you were taken from your world by a trophy hunter who wanted a slave. Or a pet. How am I doing?
Seems like you did pretty good. Yeah, he makes Grunt look small. He's a big boy. Too bad we can't recruit these fucks. I'd like to have had you on team. You can't resurrect her, so don't bother wasting the slot on that. And now the fun begins.
The shield's kinetically sensitive. Energy and projectiles are bouncing off.
Then we do this the hard way.
Hit him now!
Oos. Let him know. Quick left hook. Overhand right. Oh boy.
Watch out.
See what I would have loved to have in this encounter. Somebody with Overlord on my team.
Quick, while he's vulnerable.
Working on it.
If you can get him to bring up that shield again, I've got an idea.
He's polite enough to let us pregame. Do that just to distract him for me, Liara.
Got him.
There you go. Set this big asshole down.
Liara, now!
And that is the end of the Shadow Broker with no proof. No evidence. A whole lot of interesting shit about the Yogg that I'd like to discover. And I guess that's the Citadel's policy on recruiting people to the galactic species community. If you kill the first contact team or you don't act right, they just quarantine you and abandon you to your own devices, never to be heard of again. Galactic politics.
Shadow Broker, this is Operative Murat. We've had a momentary connection failure. Can you confirm status?
Operative Shora requesting update. Are we still online?
Shadow Broker, I've lost our feed. We're online and awaiting instructions.
This is the Shadow Broker. The situation is under control. We experienced a power fluctuation while upgrading hardware. It disrupted communications momentarily.
However, we are now back online. Resume standard procedures.
I want a status report on all operations within the next solar day.
Shadow Broker, out.
And no one will ever know the difference, because no one knows anything about him.
Oceans. It's you. You... How?
Very cool, that's gonna be a hell of an asset against the Reapers.
In person is dead.
Biggest information network in history.
The new Shadow Broker.
Is taking over as the Shadow Broker really a good idea?
It was either that or lose everything. His contacts, his trading sources, those will really help us. With the Shadow Broker's information network, I can give you...
I'll check the power systems.
You should check your injuries. You're limping a little. At least they both knew to give us some space here. The internet's favorite waifu.
It's over. It's finally... For 2 years.
It's all right.
Thank God I'm wearing a mouthless helmet,
It's
huh?
been 2 years. I don't... We're different people. You have your mission and...
Yeah, we can talk about the mission later.
Okay.
Okay.
Like I said, the internet's favorite waifu.
We should focus. Let's see what our options are. No safe
It's one way to
routes,
convince your ex.
no restrictions. It's like he never anticipated anyone but himself being here. And it's all ours.
What kind of information are we talking about?
I'm not sure. I'll need to go through his files. Come back later and I'll try to have something useful for you. All I wanted was to rescue Feron, but is it wrong that part of me wants this? With the Shadow Brokers network, I can help you. Maybe I can turn this operation into something better.
Too bad. I would have loved to have brought her on the Normandy, honestly. I wish she was that last companion slot that we gotta fill, because I'm gonna miss Singularity just as much as I'm gonna miss Liara.
Don't be a stranger this time.
Small chance of that. Come back soon.
I guess we've rekindled that romance, huh? And there's the new Shadow Broker. You know, the first time I played this game, seeing where she was at the end of Mass Effect 1, it was not on my bingo card that Liara would become a Shadow Broker. That's not where I thought any of this would go. So, mission summary. Shepard has defeated the Shadow Broker. Eliminate Cerberus information leaks as Liara Tassoni takes over. The Asari's relationship with Shepard should be watched closely. Still playing the angles. We got the heavy pistol damage, we got some damage protection, and we got 97,000 credits, so we're well over 200k again now. And we're not done yet. That might be the end of the main portion of the story, but we still got some cool interactions to have done for us.
Shepard, it's so good to see you. I've set up a few terminals with information I think you'll find interesting. Take a look.
Yeah, there's lots of interesting goodies there with that too. And whatever the hell this thing is.
Welcome back, Shadow Broker.
What's this?
That's the old broker's VI assistant. It's actually been helpful with rebuilding the network.
Please let me know if I can organize anything else for you, Shadow Broker.
It also thinks anyone in the room is the broker. I'll play around with the settings later.
My manual is ready whenever you have a moment.
Well, I'm sure it would be like that, right? It's not, like she said, he never expected anyone else to be here, so why would you take precautions when you're basically immune to all damage? Delivery pickup. A shipment of 20,000 platinum. A minister from Terra Nova has sent platinum from the planet's reserves for favors rendered. I'll go ahead and take that.
How are you doing, Liara?
I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. The Shadow Broker had more resources than you can imagine. Here, come on over. He had top-level access to the Turian and Asari governments. And more than one Solarian Dalatros traded intel. At least I get to share it with you.
You're not gonna turn into a recluse with creepy information on everyone in the galaxy, are you?
I don't think Liara could ever be creepy.
I've got all the secrets of the galaxy at my fingertips. Give me 10 minutes and I could start a war. But I've got a purpose. Helping you stop the Reapers. That will keep me honest.
And if she has all these intel,
Relatively speaking.
all this intel connections to different governments, surely she can pull some strings, right? Connect people where they need to be connected, pull strings where they need to be pulled for us to get the assistance we need to start preparing.
Have you found anything useful yet?
The Shadow Broker knew about the Reapers. Perhaps that's why he offered to help prove Saren's guilt to the Council.
He didn't want Saren to succeed.
So then why was he working with the Collectors?
Were Protheans, repurposed to be Harbinger's puppets. There's even some data on the Protheans. I think he knew what was coming and was looking for a way to survive.
So he ended up doing the exact same thing that Saren did, trying to be a useful puppet to be spared. Or maybe he thought he could ride it out here on the ship, inside the storm, that he wouldn't be found and he could just ride it out. But I don't know what he thought he was going to do after that, because everything would have been live like a king for a couple hundred years while all the other species left over climb out of the primordial muck. Maybe he thought he'd be king when they left.
Why was he still looking at Protheans? They gave us the warning and the conduit at Ilos, but we've used those.
The Shadow Brokers seemed to think there was more out there. Perhaps the Protheans had other plans. Or maybe he was just grasping at anything that offered some hope.
Them having other plans is going to be very important in Mass Effect 3.
How'd you know what the Shadow Broker was?
I didn't. I had no idea what to expect when we finally found him. But I researched pre-spaceflight cultures during some of my Prothean studies. I know a bit about the Yogg. There's more on the terminals if you want to look. They're a fascinating culture, and a terrifying one.
I will definitely be checking out the Yogg before this episode's done.
How's Feron doing?
As well as you'd expect, after 2 years of intermittent torture.
You gonna be okay?
I don't know. He wants to work, so I'm letting him help. Maybe it takes his mind off it.
So, you and Feron?
Are just friends. I believe you made it clear that I was, as you humans say, taken.
I certainly tried to. Gotta put my stamp on it now that I'm back. It's been a long 2 years.
You know, I didn't come down here just to talk about Data.
Look, about the kiss. We just finished the fight. I miss you, but it's been 2 years. I don't want to put pressure on you.
There's definitely no pressure.
I've got fond memories of the last time you put pressure on me.
Smooth.
So do I.
Why don't you come to the Normandy for drinks?
It's been a long 2 years, huh?
Like that.
Let's go.
Good. Get your things and come on up.
Okay, thanks. I'll be right there. Just give me a minute.
I think you need a break from all the terminals anyways. She seems very fond of our response to that question about pressure. Breaking out the red wine, huh? Cleans up nice. Have fish. You seem like you'd like fish.
Did you enjoy the tour?
Yes, it's a beautiful ship. And I ran into Joker. He seemed happy to see me.
I'm sure he was.
Although, he did ask me to record any parts of our conversation where my eyes do that freaky black eternity thing.
Of course he did.
We'll get to that, hopefully.
I also spoke with Dr. Chakwas. I'm glad she's doing well. I brought you something. It took some digging, but I recovered your tags.
I noticed those on your desk in the cutscene. That's a very special gift. I noticed you had my armor in your apartment too. For as much as it's been 2 years of mourning, she didn't move on, right? She kept herself surrounded by a lot of things that were special to her because of us.
I thought I'd never see these again.
You can't get back everything you lose, but sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah, that was the plan.
To get lucky. Very smooth.
How are you actually doing, Shepard? I mean, really. Not what you tell your squad to keep morale up.
Between you and me, I have no idea how we're gonna do this. I'm doing everything I can, but...
You've done more than most. There wouldn't be a man, woman, or child left on Horizon, if not for you.
I saved some of them. Not enough. And the Collectors will keep hitting colonies until I stop them.
So you'll stop them.
And here I thought it'd be difficult.
You'll get the job done. You always do. I just don't know what comes next. So tell me what you want. If this all ends tomorrow, what happens to us?
A bunch of little blue children and a happily ever after, Liara.
I don't know. Marriage, old age, and a lot of little blue children.
You just say these things. Goddess, you were dead.
I got better.
You know how to speak.
This time, but you're going to leave again. When your team is ready, you'll leap through the Omega-4 relay. I spent 2 years mourning you. So if we're going to try this, I need to know you're always coming back.
I don't know. That's a pretty big promise to make.
Oh, is it?
Smooth.
I'd have to have something special to come back to.
He's risen. Let him cook.
To suggestions.
How about this?
There's the freaky black eye thing. I guess we embraced eternity after all.
Thank you, Shepard, for the drinks and everything.
Thank you, apparently. Stick around for a shower if you want. I got one in my private quarters.
Come back soon, Liara.
It's the only personal shower on the whole ship. And that's the only romance we'll be seeing in Mass Effect 2. Shepard's a loyal boy. Yeah, I think that's super cool. So before we wrap this one on up, we'll actually go back to the Shadow Broker base real quick. And I want to show you some of those terminals. Because some of it has some really, really interesting stuff. And we should also talk to Feron, I feel like, before we just go gallivanting around. So the dossier is here. Let's see. The Yogg was the one that I specifically wanted. Let's see, mail archive. Okay, so to Shadow Broker from Operative Keshlu. Per your request, we've landed on the Yogg homeworld and captured a specimen for your studies. We actually had to kill several of them before finding this one, which seemed interested in leaving the planet. Hopefully this means he's more tractable. I do recommend caution, however. These creatures may indeed be valuable shock troops or bodyguards, but their savagery puts even the Krogan to shame. As near as we can tell, it's part of their culture. They're not simple brutes like most Krogan. The one we've got is learning nearly as fast as a Solarian. He could be more dangerous than you realize. To Operative Keshlu from the Shadow Broker. If you are reading this, my young friend, then you've eliminated the former Operative Keshlu and have taken his position. These past few months have seen you learn and grow at a rate I would never have credited had I not seen to it personally. You already understand 17 languages without translator assistance, and your political predictions have bettered some of my best agents. As Keshlu, you will command strike teams to gather intelligence and neutralize potential threats. Remember your training. Losing your temper costs you that priceless mind of yours, as well as the loyalty of your men. The Shadow Broker leads those who look for secrets. He must be trusted by his men so that he can in turn trust them. Gathering knowledge is a holy task, one I'm sure you understand, as you wanted to be off your homeworld so badly to see what wonders awaited you out there. Please provide an update of all operations, Keshlu, and know that I am proud of you. So he offed his own man to promote this guy up the chain, and then, well, we can guess what happened here. So to all from Shadow Broker. Remove Operative Keshlu immediately. He is too dangerous to leave alive. Engage only with numerical superiority. Otherwise, change all access codes and observe only. Provide no information. Keshlu must not be allowed any further access to message ends. To all from Shadow Broker. Operative Keshlu is no longer a problem. Discontinue code changes and resume normal activity. I want a status report on all operations by the end of the next solar day. Shadow Broker out. But that's where he turned on him. He got him first. I was hoping that we would get mainly some information on the Yogg. You can see here that this guy had information on literally everybody to do with any of this here. So he has an internal naval correspondence from Admiral Hackett here. So this is from Major Caleb Antella to Admiral Stephen Hackett, taking action on Commander Shepard's return. Sir, we've confirmed sightings of Commander Shepard on Omega, and that the commander is now working for the terrorist organization Cerberus. Several Alliance officials have let it be known that they consider it crucial that we interrogate humanity's first Spectre on his apparent desertion of the Alliance and the Citadel. If we bring Shepard in now, we can gather an account of the commander's past 2 years without being pressured by the galactic media to leak potentially sensitive data. In light of this, I am officially requesting that you rescind your orders against Alliance contact with Shepard. Rest assured, our department is dedicated to the commander's safety, provided that Shepard is cooperative in furnishing us with a detailed report of his previous whereabouts and current work for Cerberus. We anticipate releasing him from Alliance custody no later than 5 to 7 months from acquisition. Respectfully awaiting your reply, Major Antella, Department of Internal Naval Affairs. So from Admiral Stephen Hackett to Major Caleb Antella, subject Re, taking action on Commander Shepard's return. Major Antella, request denied. Hackett. So Hackett is watching our back here. We haven't had much interactions with Admiral Hackett outside of saving the Destiny Ascension and him asking the favor from us, which we haven't even done yet. But you see here, he's still holding the line for us, and I imagine that's in part due to Captain David Anderson. So we'll get some of this now here too. We have some military correspondence. I wonder, is there anything that we can do that would make sense for us? Cynthia Barris. David, Henry and I went to Jason's graduation ceremony in San Francisco. I imagine this is about his family. Recent transactions. Catalog order. Dionysus imports. Video downloads. Siren, a hero betrayed. Purchase. 2 bottles of white wine. The truth behind the Citadel crisis. He downloaded that video. Then he bought some gold label, more liquor. The Path of Lies, a history of the Alliance military. Afraid of the Dark, Reapers, Collectors, and Other Myths. Then he ordered some vodka. And then he got a maid service. Okay. And then, but yeah, he has information on everybody. He had it on Arya Taluk, Captain Bailey, Cerberus, Grun. He has information on Miranda too. So let's see what he knew about Cerberus. Illusive Man profile. Cigarettes smoked today, 4. Drinks consumed today, 7. Daily Skyball score, 160 to 0. 5th consecutive perfect game. Suit worn today, Gullian Vaughn, light linen blend, 2200 thread count, single button closure, some chest pocket, 5 interior pockets, 4 button cuffs and side bends. Built-in protection from close-range weapons fire and plum. So I imagine the built-in protection is the kinetic barrier that Liara had in her apartment too, that saved her. So here's an interesting thing. Sexual liaisons in the past week. Sani Shalani, Ilium Entertainment's sexiest human alive. Brooke Carragher, Skyball champion. Vela Vicious, Fornax Dream Girl. Stacy and Steffi Strong, the Terra Firma twins. And Matriarch Trelawney, twice. So for all his human first propaganda, he's dabbling in the Asari here too. And Stacy and Steffi Strong, the Terra Firma twins, sounds very interesting. Messages sent today to the Citadel, Ilium, Omega, Earth, Horizon, Eden Prime, Thessia, Palaven, Tachanka, and the Migrant Fleet. So he has contacts everywhere. And now we can get a brief overview and history here of Cerberus. So, activity highlights. From our extensive list of shell companies, see Cerberus economic structure. So in 2157, they published their manifesto. In 2160, the facility on Pragia was constructed, which is where Jack's whole thing took place. So 3 years into Cerberus's manifesto, they started messing around with kids and trying to like create stronger human biotics, which biotics have had it rough in humanity, man. Even kinetics and the stuff that happened with Kid Nolenko and them, the L2s on Brat Camp, or Brain Camp, sorry. Brat Camp. they were pretty much tortured into getting biotic powers to manifest too, except the Illusive Man took it way further. At 2161, Subject Zero was born, CDR Holdings purchased, Terra Nova Commonwealth Bank purchased. So they own banks too. 2162, infiltration of human media begins, specializing in extrasolar news. Constant Times, Scott Examiner, Nascent Galactic Broadcasting Corporation. So now he's trying to control the media and get his message out there, control the narrative. 2163, Project Doorway makes forgery of Council standard metacards and identitags possible, allowing agents unrestricted movement. 2164, Scott Examiner destroys credibility of Vera Safin, frontrunner for Prime Minister of Systems Alliance. Leak to Galactic Broadcasting Corporation stopped by agents in place. So now he's dabbling and messing in politics and who gets elected. 2165, operatives steal antimatter from the SSV Geneva. Assignment goes wrong, but discipline holds and squad fights to the death. Sole survivor divulges little but names his sponsor, Cerberus. Recruitment increases, but stringent standards slow growth. 2166, Harriborn Military Industries purchased on Terra Nova. Legitimate arms contract to colonial forces. Models without serial numbers produced for export to crime syndicates in Batarian space. Terminus systems. So now he's diversifying his income, selling to legitimate contracts and warlords. 2167. Cerberus agents among humans recruited into Global Maritime Justice Organization on Trident. 2168. Assassination of 22 Solarian crime syndicate members on Trident leads to takeover of narcotics trade. Reprisals bloody, but tolerable. Milky Way Foundation created to funnel money. New Dawn Pharmaceuticals purchased to begin Project Trapdoor. So now they're taking over the crime syndicate, diversifying their income even more and controlling the drug trade inside the Attican Traverse and the Terminus systems. 2169. Trapdoor experiments on Asari captives with Omega enkephalin to measure disruption of biotic powers. Estimate 2.5 milligrams active ingredient for each 25 kilograms of body weight. Under 7.5 milligrams dose, optimal to avoid detection by taste or smell. 3 to 5 Citadel standard days onset period. Powers return in 2 to 5 Cit standard days after last dose taken. Permanent damage possible. So then they started experimenting on how to turn off biotics from the Asari because they're the ones that are so gifted. 2170. Nanosurgery on Subject 0 successful. Omega enkephalin fails to work on appropriate receptors. Program begun to instill other Cerberus operatives with resistance to OE. 2171. Pope Clement assassinated via rosary beads coated with sodium nanosite and dimethyl sulfoxide. Death attributed to age and heart failure. Replacement, Pope Leo, has eschatological beliefs in line with militarizing humanity. The given attitude to Solarians re-genophage proves useful for strategic alliances against Turians. So now they're starting to dabble into religion. They're really trying to get a tight grip over the whole of humanity here, as you can see. 2173. Inez Simmons resigns as head of Terra Firma Party. Frontrunner Claude Manau assassinated. Charles Saraceno much more tractable. So then they assassinated the leader of Terra Firma, and we actually met Charles Saraceno in Mass Effect 1, and he's a Cerberus puppet. Really goes to show. 2174. Radium placed inside office chairs of System Alliance parliamentarian Artyom Gavrikov. Gavrikov's death attributed to cancer. Emergency election much cheaper to manipulate than normal process. Cerberus-backed candidate losers. Winning candidate approached. Found susceptible to bribes, so they also own the parliament. 2175. Michael Moser Lang. Approved by operatives in militia community. Approached. Insider information given for stock buy to provide him with funding. Contact severed. But electronic surveillance remains. Lang purchases armaments. Influx of humans into Trident political scene leads to renaming of capital with human name. New Costau. 2176. Electronic surveillance removed from Lang's home. Lang kills Enrique Aguilar and Ying Zhong. Resulting approval, bump for Vice President Belknap allows passage of financial reform bill, allowing for increased loopholes in colony-based shell companies. Fighting among vice premiers a bonus, as Lin Yi alienates Politburo Standing Committee, and his chances of election to the Systems Alliance Parliament are dashed. 2177. Successful acquisition of Light and Shadow Pictures, proprietary Reality Plus video editing machine. Capacity to forge photorealistic video is now unsurpassed, and boy did this age well for the real world. We went from like shitty porn deepfakes to now you can have videos that are audio accurate and visually accurate that you would never know is fake. The amount of crime framing and stitch jobs that are going to happen in the future is crazy, and they wrote this down way before this was ever close to being possible. 2181. Matriarch Tilia Eraza targeted with Omega enkephalin. Claims of biotic superiority to non-biotics deflated once her powers fail. Voice in citizen legislator considerably diminished, so they took her powers away and then she lost all the respect. 2181. Military arm creates posts on planet Binthu. 2182. And Binthu is where we went and we dealt with all their bases where they were doing all those shady stuff. Binthu is where we went to check on Kahoku's body. That's where we were in Mass Effect 1. 2182. MSV Annexara sabotaged. Catalyst added to metastable metallic hydrogen fuel by timer injection. Ship breaks apart during an FTL. All hands aboard lost. Tyrian hierarchy, Hawks, Rohirix, Seavus killed in the process. Explosion attributed to faulty engineering. Admiral Kahoku begins investigation of suspected Cerberus activities. And then that's where we played the rest of things that went down here. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff in here. If you do have this, I would recommend. I'm not going to sit here and read for an hour at the back end of an episode. I think we've done enough of that here, but there's a whole lot of stuff here. You can learn about all these people. Like, you can learn Miranda and how she's looking for love and some relationship stuff. You can catch up with Garrus and what he's been doing in the in-between. He has information on Samara. He was keeping an eye on all these folks. And there's some very interesting stuff in there if you ever feel like reading any of that. There's some investment opportunities for some credits here and there, but that's nothing too important. Survey information. We'll definitely take the model Shadow Broker stuff. The survey information, I think here, you literally just... I think it just gives you planetary scanning locations. So we'll go ahead and do this, since here in a second I'm going to be taking care of all the open world stuff we have left to do before we head into the rest of our main quest that we're going to. Delivery pickup has no new shipments.
Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by.
Anytime, Liara. So the last thing we're going to check out while we're here, we do have the customized gear stuff here. Got some research terminals too. Go ahead and get our upgrades while we're here. 6 out of 6 on pistol now. 5 out of 5 on damage protection. And that's it for that, at least for right now. And then that's just a look at all the stuff that we've got so far.
Has made some unusual purchases lately. She may be expecting to move.
Let's chit-chat to Feron. Let's see who's watching her back.
Shepard, glad you stopped by. We don't get many visitors.
Take it easy. You've been through a lot.
You're probably right. I never did say thanks for the rescue.
Liara never gave up on you, Feron. I just helped.
I'm still amazed Liara came for me. I'll never forget what either of you did.
I can log that in the archives for you, sir.
I see you met the secretary.
For 2 years, Liara didn't stop looking for you. You two must have been close.
She's a good friend. Better than I deserve.
I don't know about better than you deserve, but she's definitely a hell of a friend to have.
The new Shadow Broker.
Operations are almost fully recovered after a slight dip in efficiency.
Ever since we repaired the network, Liara's been glued to the archives. I caught her sleeping at her desk more than once. She's busy, but I think she likes it that way.
I'm glad she has somebody watching her back. I saw you come in guns blazing when you thought she was hurt.
Looks like you've made a friend.
The drone follows everyone. I don't know why the broker kept it around.
I'm a shell for a specialized data processing VI, custom built to your specification, Shadow Broker.
It helps coordinate the network's massive information feeds, but it could use a different interface tone.
You deemed my default personality sufficient for your needs, Shadow Broker.
I wish it would stop calling me that.
Yeah, that would annoy the hell out of me over time.
How did you and Liara both end up looking for my body?
Cerberus headhunted me and Liara to steal your body from the Shadow Broker. I was working for the broker at the time, and he's the one who scraped up your remains in the first place.
What turned you against the Shadow Broker?
He started working for the Collectors. You weren't their first victim. Was an information trader, not a slaver.
Good man.
What will you do now that you're a free man?
I want to help Liara rebuild this place. But after that...
Your schedule's getting full, sir. Let me sync it to your Omni tool.
No thanks, I'm fine.
Yeah, this thing would bug the hell out of me over time.
How are you holding up, Feron?
I'll be alright. I wasn't always strapped into that interrogation chair. Drell can mentally escape into old memories.
Yeah, I thought so.
It came in handy on the bad days.
Yeah, just slip away into all the good times, right? We've seen Thane do that too.
How many times did the Shadow Broker hook you up to that contraption?
A lot. It gets fuzzy. He made the guards watch, as an example.
Yeah, if you watch the trader get tortured every single day for 2 years, never allowing them to die, they're gonna be a lot less enthusiastic about the idea of taking a foreign paycheck.
Take it easy, Feron.
Thanks.
Okay, so we do have one more thing to check out here. It's a cool little video terminal up here. You actually get to see all the things that he's been spying on.
What does this console do?
This is the video surveillance access point. I've queued up the archive footage you requested on your last visit, Shadow Broker. Aria Talok, Omega.
He's got his eyes on a lot of stuff. Hey, that's Anto, I think, right? I think that's the guy that works for her in the bar. Actually, no, that's a Blue Sun. Which Blue Sun is that? Is that one of the leaders, I wonder? I imagine that's reprisals for the datapad that we gave her when the mercenaries were all going to team up to try and take her down. I'm guessing that's reprisals.
Emily Wong, Citadel.
Yeah, Emily Wong cutting loose in the Citadel. It's interesting to see all the people he was watching, right? This is an independent reporter. He's watching Arya.
Fred Mazai, Citadel.
I don't think we know who this guy is. Hyping himself up in the mirror.
Donnell Udina, Citadel.
Oh, Udina. Who is this that you're talking to here? Intimidating somebody from CSEC, it looks like, or an Alliance member.
Armando Bailey, Citadel.
Is Captain Bailey getting watched? Having drinks by himself.
David Anderson, Citadel.
He's spying on Captain Anderson too. Listen met with a Cerberus operative. Maybe that happened when we first came back. Maybe they were trying to let him know.
Praetor Gavon.
He did say he passed information along discreetly, right? It's gonna see Gavon take the shot on some vulture. Well, that works.
Kalisa bint Sinan Al-Jilani.
And we know all about that scumbag reporter.
Keeper 20, Citadel.
Keeper 20. Why would you care about that?
Matriarch Atheta, Ilium.
And if you remember earlier, way back when we were in the bar, I talked about potential spoilers about the barkeep there and Asari Purebloods and all that stuff. If you go ahead and look at that photograph right there on the desk, that looks a lot like Liara, doesn't it? And she was talking about how her mate was ashamed of her and left her and all that stuff, and Liara had the exact same story about her parents. Guess who Liara's mother is? It's Fed a Solarian to some Baron. That didn't end well for him.
Elias Kellum, Omega.
And we know all about Kellum.
Jacob Taylor.
And
SR2.
ironically, he has some spy shit going on the Normandy too. Let's see Jacob doing some sit-ups.
Subject 0. Purgatory. Ship now defunct.
And he has footage from Purgatory. Jack is strong.
Arya T'Loak.
And that's the end of that. Alrighty. Check for more videos on your next visit. There actually won't be any more. We're pretty done with all that stuff at this point because we're so close to the end of the game. I don't think there's ever any more videos there. Maybe you get more spy stuff on the Normandy post collector base, but I don't think so. And then obviously the only things we would have left here is like the basic stuff, right? Like how they're spying on certain people. Like Arya T'Loak. You can Google those if you want. I'm not going to read them all out to you guys. It'd take way long, and it's already been 1 hour and 3 minutes. So that is, in fact, where I'm going to wrap this one on up. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please check out those links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned, and I'll see you soon with more Mass Effect 2. Onwards to the end of the game now, guys. Take care. Peace.